Welcome back to the Wild and Scenic Film Festival, 23 years in the making. It's the biggest of its industry, and we're so excited. I'm your host for this segment, Kimberly Ewing, and right now I have Kathy Posey, and she's got a film called Freetown, a cooling of the city?
Cooling a city.
Freetown is in Sierra Leone.
Yes.
And which is on the west coast of Africa. Tell us a little bit about the town Freetown and the cooling of the city. What does it mean?
So Freetown, and especially the informal settlements such as Crew Bay, where we did our research, suffer from extreme heat. And it's really, there are probably 1 billion people on the planet right now in danger of extreme heat, people that don't have air conditioning. And when we have extreme heat waves, they really are in danger. And such as the people in Crew Bay with whom we worked, there were hours during the hottest part of the day where they really could not be in their homes.
Yeah, their homes consist of
corrugated metal, tin, zinc roof and walls, and they just heat up throughout the day, and they're just like an oven. And in the film, that's actually what one of the people say, it's like an oven inside. Yeah. And so our solution, an adaptation to that, Mir then put reflective covering over the roof and lowered indoor temperatures by over 10 degrees Fahrenheit. And
that's amazing.
It is. I mean, that's a lot. It's the difference between being able to be inside or not.
Right, inside your own house.
Yes.
And tell me the acronym of MIR. What does it mean for MIR?
So it's MEER, which stands for Mirrors for Earth's Energy Rebalancing. And basically, the biggest problem with global warming is the heat.
Right.
We are often looking at the CO2 concentration, which causes the problem, but really to combat the problem, it's going to take a long time to pull out the CO2 that we have in the air and we're still emitting. So we have to cool the planet immediately and cool people's homes immediately. So by reflecting sunlight before it turns to heat is really the most efficient way of doing so. And so that's MIR's mission. So it's in the urban environment, covering roofs, covering other public spaces, but also there are applications to cover freshwater reservoirs, to strategically cover agricultural land to better retain moisture in the soil, cool soil temperatures, and increase crop yields. So it has a lot of applications, and all of it being adaptations that quickly improve people's lives, and we call it adaptive mitigation. If enough people use it as an adaptation and it scales, it could actually become a mitigation to help cool the planet globally.
What an incredible discovery. How did he find the results? I mean, how did he do it?
So Dr. Yetow, our founder, is a scientist, and he's biochemist, physicist, nanoparticle expert, but then he decided to dedicate himself to this climate crisis.
Yeah.
And so he's a natural, of course. Everything we do is it's a research project. So of course he took baseline temperatures and put many different thermometers and other sensors, and in fact we're developing sensors as we go to more accurately get the readings that we need to do the research, but it was all very scientifically done, and we're hoping to publish a paper in the next year, within a year.
Well, and the story is really compelling because in these towns, in Freetown, the story follows a lady that's owner of her own home, and she talks about how there's certain times in the day where she can't actually be in her house. She has to clean and do everything outside. And what I realized is the resources to make these reflective roofs is what?
So it's really...
Are there many things or just a few things that make these reflective roofs?
It actually is a whole industry. I mean, there is a whole industry on cooling technologies, but what we used for this project was a reflective film that primarily PET plastic and aluminum.
That's right.
both of which could be used. It could be recycled material. We could use 100% recycled aluminum, and we don't know yet. We don't have our own products. We don't know yet how close to 100% recycled PET we might get. But the idea is we could probably use mostly recycled plastic as well.
Right. So it's not something that you have to manufacture. It's something that's already on and open to reuse. What an incredible thing. What was your role? I know you were like, I'm a team player on the production team, but what was your role?
So I'm administrative backup for Mir.
Yeah.
But I have had the honor of getting to know our team in Freetown through video calls. I haven't gotten to go myself.
Yeah.
But the Mir team is really a dynamic team, and mostly all volunteer.
Well, and that's one thing I wanted to share with you is that I'm an educator, so for me it's all about education and community involvement. Tell us a little bit. In the movie, it talks about how you're teaching and educating the people in the community of Freetown. Tell us a little bit about that part.
So Dr. Tao went to the university in Freetown, the local university, and that is where he found the team that we see in the movie, and that's the whole team. I mean, it's Dr. Tao and all local people that have worked on this project, and so that is really exciting. I mean, Dr. Tao is a teacher by heart.
I love that.
And this film also, of course, is all about education too, and that was the primary reason for making it. And so,
well, and the relief of the subject,
of course.
she was like, this is unbelievable, just seeing her heart and feeling her relief.
Exactly.
So it's gonna spread.
I think so.
Yeah, especially since it's on a community level basis, you know?
Exactly. And I think that's what makes it so democratic.
Yeah.
Because it's an adaptation that people choose to do on their own, and then if scaled, then it could be a mitigation.
Well, Kathy, it is such a pleasure. The film is called Freetown, Cooling a City. And when was the screening?
It was yesterday at 10:30.
How did it go?
It went great. Thank you.
I
Yes.
bet. Well, thank you for coming to the Wild and Scenic and sharing this story with us, because these are the stories that matter about us humans and what we do with our lives and environment. So thank you, Kathy. Let's give it up for Kathy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. And we'll be back for the next section on Wild and Scenic.